And so we have the honor and the privilege of presenting two representative Facebook posts for you this evening. And each one carries with it its own assorted set of characters. In our first post here, we have, starting over on your right, Ben Boone, who is a very serious Gen X man, who makes a very serious post. We have Susan Sproutsmung, a dour liberal. Excuse me. Susan Sproutsmung. Christy Nichols, millennial single mother. And Jason Boggs, local junkyard heir. Without further ado, the original post.
It almost pains me to write this post. This evening, I was out in Peterborough, and I saw happy faces. People are in a good mood because of this beautiful weather. The sunshine has given people tans and some people sunburns. But am I the only one who believes that we should not be in a good mood because of this?
Ben's post immediately garners 2 likes, 1 wow react, 1 sad react, and he is blocked by 2 people that he doesn't know.
I agree. Skin cancer is very serious, and I don't know why the young people of this town aren't being more careful.
Oh God, Susan, yet another reason. But maybe I should edit my post because I am talking about the drought and climate change.
As a single mom, I am concerned about skin cancer.
You know, if you let your kids get 1 sunburn, it triples their chances of cancer. Although with climate change, they might be extinct first, so we really need to keep the oil in the ground. I hope you have given up your car for bikes.
As a single mom, I need my car, but I like bikes a lot.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. If all of us would just cut down on our driving, would the grass look this yellow? Look around, people.
No one should have grass anyway. Grass reminds me of the patriarchy.
Ben throws a heart react to Susan. Jason begins a new thread.
It rained like 3 times this week. All the mud washed off the back of the road truck.
That rain doesn't count. It was too fast.
What does that even mean?
Fast rain hates the aquifer. It goes to the river. The river carries it away. The water goes away. The original inhabitants of this land understood this.
I'm pretty sure some of the water just goes into the ground. I mean, I saw it.
Haven't you ever heard of a dug well?
Wait, are those the ones with radon and arsenic? Not great for kids. I have a Berkey.
Not great for any of us when they go dry.
The Nestle Corporation has bought up all the water because they know the conflicts are coming.
Water is the new oil.
Water will not help me maintain my drag racing championship.
It is preposterous to me that you are worried about racing championships when we are talking about the future survival of our town, of our species.
Christy begins a new thread.
As a single mom, the drought really concerns me. I just found out that I can't water my subsistence homestead garden unless it's 5 p.m. on a full moon or something. How am I supposed to keep up with all these rules?
If people followed rules, we wouldn't even have drag racing on Grove Street late at night.
Wow, okay, I don't like your hostile tone here. I'm just trying to provide nourishing food for my children.
You should all be grateful for some limitation. We need fewer options and would benefit from a lower standard of living.
A lower standard of living would put us more in line with nature, or as the indigenous people of the Andes call it, Pachamama.
Typical Peterborough elitism. I have a lower standard of living than any of you.
Jason gets 1 heart, 2 likes, and 2 laugh reacts.
I may have a car for my kids, who are my world, but we went to high school together, Jason, and you have like 4 trucks and a race car.
Yeah, but 2.5 of them are just for parts.
Aren't there zoning rules against that?
Susan's reference to zoning earns her 4 likes.
we had proper density, we might not even have a drought.
I feel strongly that density is important, but density will put my children closer to the kidnappers, so it's a devil's ball game.
Christy's comment gets 3 care reacts and 1 sad react. Jason starts another new thread.
I think all of you should just stay off the road so I can race on it.
There were more comments and reacts in the days and hours ahead, but the algorithm had moved on. Yes. Yes. And now we will switch characters for our second post.
I'm offended.
Yay! It's Peterborough's only Republican, everyone.
Mostly true.
Yeah, you're a new guy now. You're a different guy. So you can stay right where you are.
Yes, that's what Zoe said it is.
And actually, I'll join Jeff. You can come around here to this mic. You and Sam will share this over here.
Okay.
And me and Allie will share this, and Zoe will go on.
Yeah, that would have been a good half of that. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. And now, for our second classic post reenactment, our local poster and the local commenters are Michaela Ann, an innocent extremist; Brenda Richardson, whose family has been here for 6 generations; Grayson Ordinary, a middle-aged man who claims to be an entrepreneur but really just lives off a trust fund; and Lester Airy, a man in late middle age who believes in common sense. And now, the original post.
I know this post is going to ruffle some feathers, but that is kind of the point, because I believe in taking a stand. The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. They have greatly increased the life expectancy of those of us who live in advanced countries, but they have destabilized society, have made life unfulfilling, have subjected human beings to indignities, have led to widespread psychological suffering, in the third world to physical suffering as well, and have inflicted severe damage on the natural world. The continued development of technology will worsen the situation. What are some ways we can demodernize and unsettle the town of Peterborough, which is on stolen land anyway?
No one immediately responds to Michaela Ann's post, but all throughout the town, the sounds of breezy confusion can be heard.
You're certainly welcome to leave.
I believe that we all have a duty to bloom where we are planted, to be the change we wish to see in the world, and to make the place where we live better. This place would be better off without most of us in it, but if I be the change that I wish to see and leave first, I would not be able to tell any of you about this.
So you think the rest of us should leave? I shouldn't say this, but I've had a couple of spritzers, and part of me wants to order a dozen eggs from caged chickens off Amazon and throw them at your house to unsettle it.
Brenda receives 4 laugh reacts, 2 hearts, 2 anger reacts, and 2 ambiguous likes.
I mean, that kind of patriarchal violence is exactly what got us into this situation in the first place. Think about how much better things could be if we were able to make peaceful choices. Choices like peacefully returning the land to its rightful stewards. We've all heard about the whales and the sharks. Nature is healing.
My family has been in Peterborough since it was a backwoods mill village before anyone from Massachusetts or New York came here. And I have a right to be here.
Oh wow, you've got some ancestral healing work to do. I can see that.
Lester starts a new thread.
Now look, I know the theft of the town's money hit us all pretty hard. Maybe even caused us some suffering and indignities. But I think you need to use some common sense here. New verification technology means it won't happen again.
Did you know that on the blockchain you cannot fall victim to fraud? If we had switched, all of our money would be into Ethereum in 2006. We wouldn't have made more money than all of Eastern Europe by now.
Grayson has earned 4 laugh reacts, 2 heart reacts, 1 like, and 1 care.
Common sense dictates that we use paper checks and walk them directly to the teller, whose family tree we can recite from memory.
Have you heard of Elon Musk's Hyperloop? It's going to solve transportation. The answer has been right in front of us all along. I too am an entrepreneur.
Elon Musk is a pig. He is apartheid. You guys aren't getting it at all. We need bartering instead of banks. We need to decentralize and switch to a localized squash-based diet.
Common sense would suggest that we all find common ground.
We can't find common ground until we can truly hear the ground. And we can't do that with 5G and Wi-Fi.
Grayson starts a new thread.
You know, if we're being honest, the utilitarian, the Georgia Guidestones were not a terrible idea. Now that they've been destroyed, we should consider creating Peterborough Guidestones that'll espouse the values of this post, but combined with the virtues of techno-futurism, carbon sequestrarianism, Hyperloop, Starlink, 0 to 1, etc.
That would require technology.
It should, but one alternative would be to rely on the available pool of free Waldorf child labor. They are taught to carve Malthusian wisdom by hammer and chisel in 5th grade.
Common sense would dictate that if we were to build a monument, it should be for the war on terror.
Terror starts at home. Terror goes where industrial people go. We are the ones who have forced this on the world.
Sometimes I don't know why they stopped selling Jolt and Moxie down at the A&P.
Lester begins another thread.
One item of common sense. We have an abandoned eyesore sitting right there, the IDG building. It destroys our town. I don't agree with your ideas, but one way that we could carry them out is to put everyone into that building and on the property and allow the rest of the town to grow wild. That would unsettle it.
We should talk to the select board.
We should talk to the select board and the master plan steering committee.
You people are insane. Everyone here is insane.
Brenda garners several sympathetic likes, and with that, another Peterborough Facebook group post disappears into the annals of time and the permanent record of our days.